Oh, mine is playing through my computer. I know. Whoops. Shh. We're here now.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh. Hi. Oh.
It's fine.
We are on it. Leslie.
Oh, where's my
Even see what's available nearby.
That was a bit. That was like that SNL sketch where they were all like filters.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Nobody's
We'll do it
here.
another day.
It's fine.
All right.
Top chat. Nobody. Okay. How do I know if anybody arrives?
Oh, yeah, because you're not on our thing.
I'm on Holly.
Yeah.
Or should I
Just
be
say
on?
hi. Everyone say hi.
Okay.
Who's here?
Hello.
I turned my volume off. Now I can go back to it. How are you today, Holly?
I'm well, and yourself?
Sometimes I forget we're being like,
I
we're,
know.
like on the screen.
Yeah, I know. That's why I have to look at the screen, so I'm like, oh, I can see myself. Other people are seeing the same thing. I have to pay attention. I'm glad you have your bride button on today.
Oh, yes. It's all about the wedding now.
I know, it is. And for the next 2 weeks, we're all wedding all the time.
Where's your button?
It's over there somewhere.
Rude. Just on the floor. Is that what I heard? Banks like throw something off the table.
Probably. Hi, Lisa. Hi, John. Hi, Brian. Will's on as We Would Be Dead, so he's going to have to tell us when there are people here. There you go, button. I'm in support of Leslie's wedding.
All right.
Who has cocktails? We have wine. I'm already a glass of wine into the night.
You need more.
Okay, well, the box is right there. We can just bring it over here.
Very classy.
I have a box. We are
Wait, we
classic.
have to-
Ooh, but Nighthawk Black.
We have to. They don't sponsor us. We have to.
But if they saw it, maybe they would.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how cute we are.
The whole box of wine. We're gonna finish this tonight.
Okay, Lisa's here. You made it back, or you're still at the restaurant. We don't know. Lisa joined our patrons-only Zoom call from a Mexican restaurant with her family. So if I'm not seeing that level of dedication from everyone, you gotta level up. I don't know what to tell you.
Step up your game.
Yeah, seriously.
I love that she's in the car right
Lisa,
now.
you gotta drive. Oh, wait, here's your husband driving.
Do you have the Boda box in the car? Oh wait, oh that's the other Lisa.
No.
Excuse me.
White wine tonight, Lisa Haney. Excellent. Oh, Boda boxes for all. Oh no, my cat's screaming. Oh, my cats are
We should have
making me
switched
alarm.
sides. My hair looks better on this
I'm
side.
always on this side.
I know. I gotta fix my part.
You gotta make it work. Look at my hair tonight. It's not.
There we go.
It's just doing what it's gonna do. I have my glasses on. It's fine. Hi, Sarah.
I just gotta remember to switch it.
It's good. Now it's like really got some like volume, some sass. So, Leslie, we didn't discuss this beforehand. Do we want to do like tell all of your 3 stories and then I'll tell all of my 3 stories, or do we want to just like ping pong back and forth? Should I do this?
I think because I don't know if you did it like. I feel like I wrote mine to help with trying to fake you out.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I did or not.
I don't know if I successfully did it, but I think I was like, I'm gonna be clever.
Sarah's having a cider. Excellent.
Lisa's having like a fight with her husband in the car right now.
Lisa's my #1 favorite person in the whole world right now.
Yeah.
She silently tuned in from a restaurant and just mimed her participation. It was phenomenal.
We should all learn sign language for these purposes.
I know. I'm going to put more wine in this glass.
Do it.
Will's not here to tell me how many people are on, so I don't know if we can start or not.
We have 7 watching right now.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, we're going to give it
Yes,
another...
I should also say, everybody share.
Share.
I'm mind your cocktail.
Yeah, Will has creamsicle flavored rum and Coke.
Yum.
Orange vanilla.
That orange vanilla. I'm sorry, is that not creamsicle
It's
flavored?
delicious flavored. As
Yeah,
well.
okay. I need to fill. Lisa, I filled up some of this glass. If I filled it up all the way, I would be dead.
There it is. Everyone drink.
Hi-oh! I'm a little silly tonight. Sorry.
All right.
Okay, how we doing? Should we?
Pretty good. Ooh, 10 are watching.
Should we leave this here or should we move it?
We're going to move it.
All right.
It feels a little heavy.
It feels a little weird.
I'm going to put it back.
I can't decide where to put my waistline. It's killing me. Hold on.
Oh, talk about the live show.
Yes, I have that in my little intro, but I will talk about it now. So we're live tonight. Yay, exciting. We're taking off from our live events next month because Leslie's getting married.
2 weeks from
Yay!
tomorrow.
2 weeks from tomorrow, Leslie's getting married. So it's gonna be like a little busy. So next month we're not gonna do a live campfire stories, but in June we have an actual in-person live event at Tyndall Road Brewery, a word I can't say ever, in Bordentown. And the seating is going to be super limited. So if you guys are interested in coming and seeing us live and in person, then as soon as we get the ticket information out, which will be in the next few weeks probably, you're going to want to jump on that. And we have discussed, like, if we get a ton of people who want to come, we might be able to split the evening up and do, like, 2 separate reading type things.
7:30 show, completely different from the 9:30 show.
They will not be completely different. They will be exactly the same, but we might be able to do like a 7:30 and 9:30 if we get a hugely wide response. Because the room's only going to seat like 25 people, so you're going to want to get those tickets.
Yep.
Oh, although Murphy's having
Yeah.
on Monday. Probably gonna
Oh, okay. So apparently Governor Murphy is saying some other things on Monday, and maybe more than 25 of you will be able to come.
35.
35. Lisa Haney, we're all trashed tonight. It's fine.
Oh my gosh.
Excellent. I don't know why this is that night, but it kind of is. It's okay. Yes, Brian, we will go back to the Mutter Museum when Sarah moves to Philly. I will go there every day of my life. I love it there. And I told my daughter years ago that she could go when she turned 10, and then she turned 10 and remembered.
Yep.
So I have to take Violet soon too.
Well,
which will
maybe
be
that's
fun.
where we can go for our birthday
yeah.
thing and then get birthday brunch at like the Continental.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah.
Could be real fancy.
She would love that. She's 10. Double digits.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Let's do it.
Cool. Okay. Well, then I'm going to get things kicked off. Hello and welcome to this month's Campfire Stories. I said all of these things a second ago.
Ooh, Leslie's getting married. Let's talk about that one.
In big capital letters, Leslie's getting married. Oh, let me make sure I don't have like lie written on my stuff. No, I don't. Where you could like see.
Because just in case you couldn't remember.
Well, I was seeing if it was over. I just said, well, this is true. Great.
Oh.
I'm making sure. Get out of here. Anyway.
part of the scam.
Yeah.
So yeah, come to our live show, and then we'll see you back live online probably in June. I don't think, or in July. I'm sorry, we're not going to do a live over the computer event in June because we're going to be live in person.
Yay.
Come see that, and that'll be. We'll probably record that and put it on YouTube later.
Yeah.
I'm guessing, so you will be able to see it even if you can't come because we know the seating is limited, and we have people in different locations that listen to us that are not in New Jersey, which hopefully we will come to places near you in the future.
But if you want to travel to this side,
Yeah.
then let us know. We will find you accommodations.
You've made a commitment.
I have.
Okay.
Yeah. If they bought a ticket, And
Yeah.
they're from California or
True.
Missouri or Wyoming,
Canada.
Canada,
California.
Australia.
We do
California.
have listeners like all over the place. So maybe
Yeah.
you guys are. We don't know. But if you come and see us from afar, please let us know. We'll make sure you have a seat.
Yeah.
Do
And-
patrons get early access?
I
or
don't know.
to-
We haven't discussed that yet, William.
But
Per-
yes, I would think so.
Yeah, patrons will probably
Yeah.
get first crack at tickets to our live show. So if you're not a patron, you should be one.
There's a reason
Yeah.
to be one.
There's a reason you're not a patron. I'm sorry, what? So we're very excited about that in case you haven't noticed. And tonight we have a super fun campfire ready for you. We will once again be playing Two Truths and a Lie, which is interactive and means you guys get to play along. So here's how it's done. Leslie and I each have 3 stories to tell you. 2 are true and 1 is a made-up lie. After we finish them, all of us, each other included, will vote and see if we can figure out which ones are the lies.
Okay.
It's fun. And the last time we did this, we had a really good time. So get your beverages ready, dim your lights, light your candle, whatever you need to do to get in the mood. And we will tell you 6 short, terrifying tales. Would you like to go first? Because I stole your going first on Halloween because I was too afraid of aliens to go first.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You can sober up a bit. And then
I won't. I'm going to keep drinking this wine.
Okay. So I tried to make mine into a
I'm trying not to look at what you
urban
typed here.
legend, kind of. Like, in the future, I feel like this person or this name will become an urban legend. We've kind of made it that way. You guys should all be able to understand what I'm going to do.
All right. I'm here for it. I want to see what's going to happen. Mine are urban legends too.
But mine are not actually urban legends.
Oh, mine are actually urban legends. Okay.
Far down the eastern coast of the United States lives America's most prolific serial criminal. He is a man that never commits the same crime twice. He is a man who is willing to steal, cheat, lie, and kill, all for the betterment of himself. And he is a man who is a master of disguise. This man is your neighbor. This man is your friend. This man is your grocery bagger, your customer, your father and brother and son.
Oh no.
You cannot stop this man. This man is the Florida man.
Ah! He's the worst man. He is not my son.
No.
Oh god.
All right, so my 3 stories or true crime tales are about different Florida men.
Florida dummies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
First one. In January of 2020, just down the road. Oh, I switched my stories around. All right. So in January of 2020, there was a robbery that happened at a Publix liquor store. Armando Azulzaman was closing up for what was supposed to be his final shift before his wedding. Wedding. This is, I felt very close to this story.
Okay, good. You and Armando Azulzaman.
Azulzaman.
Lululemon.
Yes.
Good. Got it.
He and his soon-to-be wife, who has no name.
Oh, no name wife.
No name wife.
Oh, we
were
hate
getting
that.
married that weekend. Armando was charging out his last customer when who should walk in but
Who?
Florida man.
No!
Disguised as the Joker.
Oh no!
Florida man also had with him a 4-foot alligator on a leash.
Of course he did. Why wouldn't he?
Armando and the customer, 79-year-old George Helton, were only slightly stunned because it was Florida and weird things happen like this all the time, but also a little nervous because the Joker was actually walking an alligator. George,
Not good.
unsure of what to do, so again, he's like 79 years old,
Oh no!
just said goodnight and took his beer and walked out.
Okay, bye!
Leaving Armando to handle the Florida man on his own.
Oh no, poor Armando. I feel so sad for him.
So first, Armando told the man he had to leave his alligator outside.
Violet. Oh no.
But the Florida man, in his very jokerish fashion, said, "Alice is my therapy pet. Plus, without her, it would be even harder to rob you."
Alice the alligator.
Yes.
That's alliteration that I can appreciate.
That's when the Joker, Florida man, pulled out a gun, but Armando already had his hand on the gun under his desk, so he pulled out the gun too. And at this point, the leash had dropped, and Alice the alligator started making its rounds around the aisle of the liquor store, stopping at items she was interested in, but then smashing them and making a mess because Alice is an alligator.
She like, we need Tito's.
Yeah, we need Tito's. It would go to grab it, and then it would just shatter.
That's not good.
My alligator hands.
She just has tiny weird alligator hands.
Meanwhile, Armando was pleading with Florida Man the Joker to put his gun down and just leave the store, but Florida Man the Joker was not going to budge, and Armando decided if he was going to make his wedding, he should just put the gun down and give the lunatic the money in the drawer.
Yeah.
Okay?
This checks out.
This is when he decides to lower his weapon and open the cash drawer. Florida Man the Joker then laughs and walks up to the counter, grabbing the money from Armando, walks backwards down the whiskey aisle, grabs a bottle of Jack Daniels, then starts to walk out of the store, all with the gun pointed at Armando. Very scary.
Oh no.
Armando tells him to take his alligator with him. He's
Yeah.
like, can you please just like take this alligator with
out.
you? But Florida Man the Joker says, Alice lives her own life. And as he exits the store, Florida Man the Joker fires a shot at Armando and then runs out. Armando is now left with the alligator and bullet in his left arm. Meanwhile, so during all of this,
Oh no, more happened?
George Helton, the 79-year-old man who was the last customer,
Mm-hmm.
had left the shop when Florida Man the Joker came in, but once in his car, he felt uneasy about the whole thing. And luckily, around the same time, another car pulled up in hopes of making it to the store before it closed. But George stopped the woman who got out of the car and asked her to call the police just in case. He was just like, shit's happening.
Yeah,
Don't
call
go in
the
there.
cops. There's an
We
alligator."
should call the cops. The woman called the cops, who told her and anyone else on scene to park their cars in another location so that they were out of harm's way. And as
Okay.
the woman relayed the message to George, they heard bottles crashing and someone yelling. So now they're like hearing the whole scene from outside. So they got in their cars and pulled away, waiting across the street for the police to come. Luckily, the police pulled in just moments later, in seconds after the Florida Man and Joker fired his shot and exited the liquor store. So they like just pulled up, and then he was like, bang, bang, bang.
Pew, 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 pew,
Yeah.
pew.
The police were able to get the man to drop his weapon, and he was arrested. After some time at the station, they were able to identify the Florida Man as 38-year-old James Garvey. James had a warrant out for his arrest with another robbery at a Publix liquor store
Well,
just
of
a few
course.
days earlier in the next town.
This wasn't his first alligator
Right.
robbery, I'm sure. I mean, you got to practice that.
James is facing up to 30 years for armed robbery and attempted murder.
Mhm.
Armando, who had been shot in the arm, was quickly taken to the hospital, and he was patched up, put in a sling, and a few days later was at the altar.
Aw, that's a good ending.
Alice the alligator was taken to an alligator habitat and has been reported to be 14 months sober.
Good for you, Alice. Get those little alligator hands off
Yeah.
that whiskey.
All right, next one.
All right, that was a good
Pause
one.
1
Yeah.
second.
Oh, no,
I gotta
pause.
fix something on my phone.
Oh, is that what's buzzing?
It's my 10-year-old on Messenger Kids with her little friends. We're frozen.
I know.
'Cause
Don't
of
worry.
Will.
That's all right. I'm gonna make it so it's not doing that anymore. So you can keep talking.
Oh,
They'll hear
You
you.
okay?
hi,
I'm gonna
guys.
tell. Look at how our faces are frozen. How flattering is that? We're doing good.
Holly, you look good. I like it.
Do
like
I?
it. Yeah. Can I fix my tits?
I mean, I know like the waistline of my pants is doing weird things. Maybe I'll fix that.
There's no easy way to just log out of this stupid thing.
Facebook Messenger Kids. It's buzzing like crazy.
Hold on. Freaking Jocelyn.
Jocelyn, why are you
Damn it,
messaging
Jocelyn.
Violet at 10:22?
Do you guys like the story so far?
Yeah. How are we all feeling about Alice the alligator? Does it ring true to you?
I like it. Don't all Florida men have pet alligators?
I think
yes.
they do. I think that's a rule. Oh man, I should have like Empire Skates sponsoring us, considering my Empire sticker is visible. Everybody tell Empire Skates to sponsor us. Give us free skates.
John said, I'm obsessed with the frozenness. Brian thinks this should be our new album art.
Yeah. We look great.
Yep.
This is
Perfect.
perfect. It's a good capture.
Oh, wait. This is what's this is what's frozen on mine. Oh, wait. I'm not
Look at our big
playing.
screen. That's what's. Oh, wait. Hey, we're back.
Okay, cool. Oh, well, hey.
Give us some more stories.
Cool. All right. Next tale. In 2019, Florida man, disguised now as 34-year-old Patrick Benson.
Are these all the same Florida man?
No, well, I'm trying to create an urban legend here.
I'm
like,
sorry.
it's one Florida man
Okay.
that takes the form of other men.
I like that idea
Okay.
that they're all the same man. That's
Yeah.
great. Okay, I have a TikTok about a Florida man. I want to connect that later.
Okay. So, 34-year-old Patrick Benson was feeling poor and hungry.
Ugh, aren't we all?
So late one night, after all the restaurants and stores were closed, Patrick decided he needed to take things into his own hands.
Yeah.
He walked up to a recently closed Wendy's, smashed a window open with a brick, climbed in, and stole the safe. But not before he helped himself to the kitchen where he turned on the grill and cooked himself a hamburger.
Do you know that a Florida man robbed a Wendy's with an alligator?
I did not. But I would assume.
That's true.
That's so
That
funny.
happened.
That's so funny.
I just like that I can put those two together.
Yeah. There's so many alligator robbing stories.
I only know that because I like the comedian Shane Smith. He's super funny,
Oh,
and he
yeah.
does a whole bit about this particular news story, and I will share it for everyone, and I'll make sure you get to see it. It's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
But yeah, so
That's so funny.
it is the same man, obviously,
Okay.
who has done all three of these things.
Yeah.
So continue.
All right. The next day, staff came in and saw the broken window and the dirty grill and called the damn cops. Police came to investigate and were able to look through video footage of the events. After reviewing, the police asked the staff if they knew who the man they deemed the Hamburglar was.
They called him the Hamburglar?
They sure did.
I love them.
The staff wasn't too sure, so the police put out a description of the man and started going around the neighborhood asking neighbors for any tips. Authority described him as impatent, making your... Sorry, let me say that again. Authorities described him as being impatent, making yourself food while burglarizing a restaurant garb, which includes a baseball cap, tank top, shorts, and flip-flops.
This is like a uniform in Florida? They're like,
Yeah.
all of these guys dress the same.
This is what they
Oh,
look like.
All right. That's... Whew, Florida, man. You got to get your life together.
The suspect was also said to be a white male in his mid-30s, approximately 6 feet tall, with facial hair heavy set, and have a distinctive tattoo on his left upper arm.
Well, yeah, that's all the Florida mans.
Yeah. Luckily, in less than 24 hours, the police made an arrest due to tips from the community. Florida man Patrick Benson was found guilty of burglary to an unoccupied structure and grand theft.
Guilty.
But jail does not stop the Florida man.
Never.
In 2018, Florida man disguised as 49-year-old Alex Bonilla came home to find his wife in bed with his neighbor.
Who was an alligator?
No.
Damn it.
Wouldn't that be great if I
Yes.
just did? There were enough. Like, I should have. Alex was a hard-working husband and father of 5. He was obviously angry and heartbroken at this sight. For the next year, the couple worked on their marriage, but Florida man just couldn't unsee the horrific events of that day.
Mm-hmm.
And for a full year, he just built up anger and resentment toward his neighbor.
Oh, no.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife might be part of the
Thou
10
shalt.
Commandments, but is not something you can get arrested for in Florida, though I think you can in New York.
I think we talked about
We
that.
did,
I
yeah.
think you can.
Yeah. So, Florida man decided he needed to serve justice himself.
Of course,
One
that's what
evening.
as Florida man does.
Yes, exactly. One evening in July of 2019, so now a year later,
Okay.
Florida man barged into his neighbor's home, threatened him with a handgun and a metal pipe, then tied the man up in his own bedroom and said, "You are not going to die, but you are going to have something to remember this for your whole life."
Pipe and a gun.
Pipe and a gun.
That's
so
like-
many weapons.
Yeah, you're really making a statement if
He's
you bring
got
both.
all the weapons.
He does have every except for a knife. He doesn't have that one.
I think he's a really big fan of Clue.
Okay. Does he have a candlestick somewhere?
He might.
Okay.
We don't know. The story's not done yet.
All right,
Molly.
keep going. Sorry.
Florida man then pulled down the man's shorts and said,
No.
"This is normal. You will not die today."
This is normal.
Then,
Maybe in Florida.
Florida man pulled out a pair of scissors. Well, you're going to want to take off the headphones for this.
Does he cut his dick off? Did I guess it?
He pulls out a pair of scissors from his pant pocket and began to cut the man's penis off.
He does cut. This is normal.
Blood splattered everywhere as he continued to threaten his neighbor. So it's like he's just cutting. He's like, "You motherfucker, I'm gonna get you,
keep
but
cutting
you,
your dick
but
off.
you're not gonna die.
I won't stop.
Don't worry."
Oh no.
After the penis was fully cut, Florida man took his prized appendage and left.
This is mine now.
Meanwhile,
I'll be going.
Meanwhile, the neighbor's 2 daughters
No.
were home during the whole incident.
No.
Authorities were able to quickly find Florida man Alex Bonilla and arrest him as he was just walking down the street flinging his neighbor's dick around.
I made it a huge dick.
Yeah.
He's slinging it over his
Yeah.
shoulder.
Bam.
Yeah.
You can tie it in a knot, you can tie it in a bow, you can throw it over your shoulder. Does
People
your
are-
dick hang low? Good.
People are missing a good time
I know.
tonight if they're not here. I'm just putting that out in the world.
So, he was charged with burglary,
Yeah.
aggravated assault,
Burglary of a dick?
aggravated battery, false imprisonment, and use of a firearm. He didn't use the pipe, so like that was kind of a waste.
Stole his own pipe.
Oh, he did. He was like, "You know what? This pipe is better."
This will do.
Yeah.
Woo!
Doctors were unable to reattach the penis. The neighbor man, who has chosen to keep his name out of the papers,
Oh, why?
says but like the other guy's name is in there, so why would that matter? They'd be like, "Oh, the guy that lives next to Alex,
You're
like
his neighbor. Yeah.
Jimmy."
It's Jimmy.
Yeah.
Florida Jimmy did it.
So, the neighbor man, who chooses to remain nameless, says that he has trouble urinating and having sexual intercourse with
Because he has
his
no
wife.
dick.
Yeah, it's sad.
I have no dick, so I can't do the functions
just
that need a dick.
Love
Okay?
how honest he was to the papers.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
like, "I don't want my name in there," but guy's like, "I can't pee right."
FYI, when you have no dick, you can't pee or have sex.
Yeah.
It's rough. Ugh.
So those were mine. What do you think is?
Oh boy, no, we have to
Oh,
vote
we
on
have to
everything
wait.
at the end. Jocelyn.
Guys, start giving in your thoughts.
Hi,
work
Haley.
Work it out.
Oh, Haley, you did miss Leslie's stories, and they were
Oh,
bangers.
no, I can do them again. Everyone settle in.
Wait till we're done. I'll do mine, and then we'll like loop back around and recap.
Okay.
There's an alligator. A man loses his dick. There's a lot. So,
All right, I'm gonna fix this thing.
oh no. Okay, well, we're gonna take a little visual break for like 20 seconds.
Make good faces.
So good.
Nailed it. So I want you guys to know, like Will said, make good faces, and that's the faces we made. So I need you all to like spam Justin Walsh with love and know that when we have to take professional pictures,
Yeah.
this is what happens. He's like, guys, these are your like, okay, make a good face, and we do that shit. This is good, right? We look good.
Haley, you might have some time. You should go back and
I know.
listen.
I don't think you have that much.
No, we're back. Never mind.
Oh, there we go.
Return.
We looked so good, though.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go back over to my stories now. Oh. All right, so my 3 stories. Don't you look, Leslie? Don't you do it?
Okay.
I was very good. I didn't.
I'll
Want,
stay
I don't
here.
want to know
I'll stay with the people.
because I want to. I want
I
to play
want
the
to
game.
be where the people are.
I want to see. Okay, we're not gonna sing. So, mine are 3, like, pretty not super well known, but they're decently well known urban legends. Do not Google, or you are killing the fun. FYI. So, my first one is about the 1962 Halloween Night Massacre.
Fake.
Get out of here! This first story takes us back to 1962 to the small town of Cawker City, Kansas, which, in case you were wondering, is home to the world's largest ball of twine.
Yes.
See? You know.
Yes.
And you said fake. Get out of here.
Well, you got to throw in real elements to your story.
The twine, though, that's fun. Though it isn't much of a city with a population of under 500 people even today. Back in 1962, that number was clearly even smaller. This was a community where everyone knew everyone and anonymity was very hard to come by. Every year, the city council would throw a big Halloween party in the town hall, and awards were given out for the best costume. The whole town went to this party, and the best costume award was incredibly coveted. And every costume was topped with a mask, which is terrifying. I hate a whole room full of people in masks. Some were homemade, some were store-bought, and occasionally some were simply bedazzled pillowcases. But this was the one night a year where everyone became equal ground. So everyone was completely anonymous. Did you want to, I don't know, ask the star of the football team to dance, but you're just a girl who plays the tuba and started the amateur beating club? No problem.
Seems so specific, Holly.
I was having fun writing these. Are you the local tire store's manic, terrifying mascot who is secretly in love with the elementary school nurse? Also no problem. But probably don't wear the mascot outfit. It's a dead giveaway. The night was nothing but opportunities, and everyone in the town looked forward to it. So, on Wednesday, October 31st, 1962, at 6 o'clock, the whole town of Cawker City, Kansas began showing up to the town hall clad in their costumes and masks. The band was playing, the punch was tepid and sticky, and the couples were trickling onto the dance floor. There were lots of recognizable costumes: clowns, hobos, hobo clowns, monsters, witches, aliens, and forest creatures alike, all hoping to take home the coveted Best Costume Award, which was to be given out at 8 o'clock sharp. Now, in the midst of all these fanciful creatures was one man whose costume stuck out a little. He wore a plain sweater and slacks with a heavy black hood that had cut-out holes for eyes and a large, painted-on, garish smile.
Out.
Huh.
He's out.
Ugh. There are pictures of this online, and I was gonna do pictures, but Leslie didn't, so I didn't want to show her up too much. But I'll have Will find them later, so I can scare you because you're gonna
I
hate
think
it.
I think I've seen this.
You're
one.
gonna hate it more than anything in the world. Yeah. So anyway, this man was there in the terrifying mask, and he wasn't really engaging with people for that long. He didn't dance. He didn't go through like the haunted house that the Boy Scout troop set up. He didn't lift up his mask to eat a snack or drink some punch. He didn't enter a guess in the how many can't speak, how many candy corns are in this big jar contest, like nothing that everyone else was doing. He just kind of paced around the auditorium, observing the other happy partygoers. There were whispers about who this man might be. Everybody really wanted to know, and nobody could seem to guess. But again, everyone's in a mask, so he could be anyone.
It could be real hot. It could be real
He
ugly.
could be.
We don't know.
We don't know. At 7:30, everyone in a costume was brought onto the stage so that the judging could take place, and a photo was taken, and this is the picture I'm talking about. The judges all took a lap, and then everyone was allowed to resume partying until 8 o'clock when they would announce the winner. In the shuffle to exit the stage, it seemed that the man in the black hood went missing. Everyone was like, where's that guy that we don't, like, we're trying to figure out who he is. Maybe he was a secret judge, they thought. They were like, oh, that's what it is. They planted someone in the crowd so he could look at everybody's costumes and, like, really see everything. That must be what happened. And that made sense. Oh, my 7-year-old is here, so we're going to pause for 1 second.
Of course.
What do you need? He needs more candy.
He's so happy about it.
I sure don't bribe my kids with candy to stay quiet during these events. Definitely not that.
Bye, Flynn. Love you.
Bye, Flinny. Gotta do it. Gotta eat your candy. All right.
Okay, so where were we?
They think the guy in the hood is a secret judge because they can't find him after the judging has occurred.
Oh, no.
Yes.
How scandalous.
I know. They're like, oh, they had a plan.
Oh, my.
Yes, exactly.
It's probably Mr. I don't know.
Mr. Whoever from around the corner.
From Chem.
There you go. So just as everyone was kind of like thinking they figured out who this guy was, a pop of electricity echoed through the room and all of the lights went out.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it's not. Briefly, the room was plunged into utter blackness before the emergency lights by the exits came on. Now, at this point in time, we're talking about the early 60s. They weren't much. They weren't like the floodlights that we have now. This was a time before those, but they cast like a thin white beam of light on the crowd. The crowd then immediately, of course, began to scream and run for the doors because people always panic immediately. However, it became obvious as soon as the people reached said doors that they had all been locked from the outside. Some people stayed in place and pounded at them, screaming, and the light was trickling its way through the back of the crowd to the stage. I mean, people are kind of looking around and they all start focusing back there, where they see the man in the black hood has reappeared, but now he is holding a large kitchen knife. He stood there stock still for a few moments before snapping into action and jumping into the crowd. For 8 minutes, the auditorium was utter chaos. The linoleum floor became slick with sticky blood. Spine chilling screams echoed off the walls. There were thuds and thumps and hits and smacks until finally, one set of the doors in the back of the auditorium tumbled open and the auditorium began to empty out as quickly as possible. When everything was said and done, 7 people lay dead on the auditorium floor. The room was an absolute bloodbath, and countless people were nursing like slash and stab wounds. The man seemed to have been an almost superhuman force of relentless violence. The police arrived on the scene shortly afterwards, and they found that the doors had been barricaded with broom handles and other makeshift wooden barriers threaded through the handles. So, like if you have those like school doors, kind of, you can put a broom handle
Yep.
through the two, and you can't open them. Um, sorry, they were threaded through the doors, and it appeared that the man had entered after barricading the doors through the basement's storm door, where the breaker box was. In all the pandemonium, he was able to escape, unnoticed, the same way that he entered and was never seen again. The police found his black mask discarded in the woods behind the town hall, which the FBI is still in possession of to this day, and the case remains active. So they never caught this guy.
I don't like that.
I don't like it at all. And it has been said that this masked assailant served as the inspiration for my favorite villain of all time, Michael Myers. So that's the story of where the movie Halloween came from,
Okay.
which I like. There's another story out there where people have a different like Halloween night murder thing, but that one is completely not true.
Okay.
I wanted to cover it really bad in the past, and I couldn't. I was really sad about it. What? Oh, there's the picture. There you go. Yeah, so that's the guy in the black hood. You see, everybody made their own masks, and they all look like hobo clowns.
They all look. How do they all look more terrifying than him?
They
though?
do. I know. None of them are
They
good.
all look like porcelain doll. Ew, ew.
I know.
Just take it off. Just take it off. I'm done. It's like settling in. I don't like it. It's gone.
I
Removed.
live for this picture.
Go away. Shoot.
So yeah, but not nice. And that was my first story. So next is the story of a man known as Big Nose George.
Fake.
You're gonna say that for all of them. Who calls themselves Big Nose George? Fake. Okay.
Done.
Big Nose George Parrott, which is his last name, also very strange, was the head of a gang of outlaws and highwaymen in the Old West times, the 1880s, if we want to get super specific. One hot summer, Big George and his gang decided that they were going to rob a train, which is an ambitious feat for any set of outlaws, but George and his gang had a history of being successful in their robbery attempts and were more daring than most when it came to facing off against authorities, and so they were confident that they could pull it off. The robbery occurred near the Medicine Bow River in Wyoming, and while it was successful for George and the gang, in the process of robbing this train, they murdered 2 police officers and left their bodies behind. Before long, word got out that George and his second in command, a man who went by the name Dutch Charlie.
Oh.
I don't know whether he was actually Dutch or he just always paid his own way when he went on dates. I am not sure. But either way, they called him Dutch Charlie. They said that these men were responsible for the death of 2 lawmen, and a reward of $10,000 was put out on their heads. Whether whether those heads were still connected to their bodies when they were brought in or not was up to their captors. Okay, so like Old West times. Pew, pew, pew.
So many pews.
I know a lot. But this didn't stop Big Nose George and Dutch Charlie. No, no, no. They were just getting started. 6 months later, still on the run, Big Nose George and his gang had made their way into a prosperous area of Montana. By this time, the reward on their heads had doubled, and $20,000 isn't anything to sneeze about today, but back then, $20,000 was basically enough for you to own the entire free world. And so Big Nose George and Charlie started to get a little cocky. They decided that, like, they were a pretty big deal if $20,000 reward was placed on their head. That's a lot. So they decided that this time they were going to rob a prosperous merchant who happened to be traveling with an entire military convoy, and they were going to rob him in broad daylight.
Ooh.
Ballsy. Big Nose George and his gang ambushed the convoy in a long drainage ditch at the base of a plateau. And so the wagon train that they were, not wagon train, but like, these are like horse-drawn carriages. So in this ditch, it would like cause them to stretch out, kind of like the wagon and the horse would be further away because it like bowed like this, and so it was easier to ambush them at one end. Yeah, so first they captured the military men and their ambulance driver, because this convoy was like not little. It was a few guys, George and his gang, and then the military convoy was like a bunch of soldiers, an ambulance, a bunch of people protecting this other guy. So it was like a lot of people that they were able to somehow ambush.
Right.
So they ambushed the military convoy, which was actually heading to a local fort to complete payroll. So they were also flush with cash. And so then they robbed the wealthy merchant, they robbed the military convoy, get a shit ton of money. And after the robbery was complete, Big George and his gang rode off into the sunset, feeling high on their win and flush with cash.
Nice.
After riding, for a little while, they hit a small town where they decided to park their horses and spend the night in a local tavern where they could have a meal and get rip-snorting drunk, both of which they did in a short order.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, Dutch Charlie was a little too loose with his drunk braggery and began telling people in the tavern who they were and what they had done. Now, when you're someone with a $20,000 bounty on your head, that's a pretty bad idea.
Right.
So the local deputies were immediately alerted, and they came to the tavern to arrest Big Nose George and Dutch Charlie. Both were tried and sentenced to hang for their crimes. Big Nose George almost escaped prison, however, by filing the shackles off his legs and beating the ever-loving life out of his jailer.
Oh my.
Yeah, I know. But he did only bring his fists to a gunfight, so in the end, the guard was able to get Big Nose George, who did not want to die that day, back into his cell. What George didn't know, though, was that this guard that he had grievously injured was a beloved local man, and the town learned of his injuries almost instantly. This, combined with the fact that George had not only attacked other men of the law, but also the U.S. military, was enough to send 200 locals into an absolute rage. But a smart rage. They stormed the jail, claiming that they wanted to rescue George. The crowd held the poor injured jailer up at gunpoint, and little did the jailer know that they were doing this to save him from being blamed for what was about to happen next.
Oh no.
There's a child calling you. Sorry.
Daddy?
I know.
Daddy?
Come on, guys. Like, you know what's going on. This is not. Get your life together.
No,
Reading.
I'm not reading.
Okay.
My eyes are like glazed from the
Okay.
wine, so we're
Yay!
good. I don't want to know, so I'm not
Good.
reading. But so where are we now?
So the 200 of the town's locals came in, and they are taking George out of his cell. They hold the jailer gunpoint, and they're like, "We're gonna rescue George!"
Cool.
But they only are saying this so that the jailer is not held responsible for what is about to happen. Because they're really
What's
good.
about to happen?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you. They stormed the jail, got George out, like I said, and they dragged George through the streets and then strung him up on a telephone pole where he was hanged by the neck until dead.
No.
All the while, the crowd of 200 people stood below cheering.
Yeah, that checks out.
Mm-hmm.
Not much to do then.
No. But none of this is the legendary part of the story. This is just the lead up.
Oh no. Okay.
Crimes happened and asshole men got the Old West treatment in the actual Old West all the time.
Uh-huh.
Here's where things take a turn.
Hmm.
The town wasn't finished with Big Nose George just yet. They decided to give his body to science.
Because he had a big nose. And that was weird.
but this whole giving your body to science when you're a criminal wasn't insanely uncommon, because we've talked about this before.
Right.
And the bodies of criminals were usually the only things medical students would get to study and practice on.
Right. They're not going to go to heaven anyway, so
Nope.
just give
So
them to science.
Give them to science. Absolutely.
Mhm.
So Dr. Thomas McGee and Dr. Eugene Osborne took possession of George's body after his death, with under the umbrella that they were going to study his brain for clues that might explain why he did horrible things.
Okay.
That's not exactly what they did. The top of George's skull was crudely sawn off, and the skull cap was then given to 16-year-old medical assistant Lillian Heath,
Nice.
who was Dr. McGee's assistant. Lillian then went on to become the first female doctor in Wyoming,
Great.
which is
okay.
awesome, and was said to have used George's skull cap as her ashtray, pen holder, and doorstop in her office for the rest of the time she practiced.
Okay.
It's kind of badass.
Yeah. Very efficient.
Yeah. But it didn't stop there.
Reduce, reuse.
Recycle. The skin from George's thighs and chest was removed.
Yes.
The skin, including the dead man's nipples.
Oh.
Because it's always
so
the nipples.
Edward Gein
I know, every
is
time.
up in here. He's like, I'll take 2.
Give me those, please. They were all sent to a tannery in Denver where they were made into a pair of shoes and a medical bag.
Wait, the nipples too?
Yeah, nipples and all.
Were they like the penny loafers? They're like-
I wish. There is also a picture of these shoes online.
Okay.
So if you want to look up Big Nose George Parrot skin shoes, you can see them. So the shoes in the medical bag were kept by Dr. Osborne, who wore the shoes to his inaugural ball after being elected the first Democratic governor of Wyoming.
So fancy.
I
Why
know.
did I picture him in a Cinderella dress?
I don't know, but I like it a
Yeah.
lot. George's dismembered body was then stored in a whiskey barrel filled with a salt solution for about a year while the experiments continued until he was buried in Dr. McGee's backyard from his office. You can still visit the shoes made of George's skin, his skull cap ashtray, shackles, death mask, and mandible in various oddity museums and roadside attractions across the states of Wyoming and Nebraska.
Great.
Yeah, so skin shoes, that's the other urban legend. We have Halloween Massacre, skin shoes, and now the third one is human body in a hotel room.
Okay.
Yeah. So everyone has heard the story about the couple who enter a hotel room after an exhausting day of travel to rest for the night, only to discover that there is an overpowering stench coming from under their bed. Further inspections reveal that the source of the stench is a rotting human corpse.
Oh.
The couple flips right the fuck out, screams for maintenance, and flees into the night. So here's the really weird part about this one. That's not uncommon. It
Right.
happens all the time in motels all over the country.
This was part of my Florida Man findings. There were several of these.
Yeah, there are a lot. And I mean, and this is totally aside from the story I'm about to tell. This is just a fact in the beginning.
I almost did
happen.
all hotel stories.
Oh, really?
Actually, yeah.
That would have been
so,
funny.
Yeah.
So anyway, this particular story really captures the full horror of this urban legend's rather staggeringly boundless possibilities. In 1999, a German couple decided to vacation at the Jersey Shore. Hey, here we are. Being someone who lives at the Jersey Shore all the time, I cannot tell you why it was an international destination, but then again, Atlantic City has a rather sparkly reputation to those who have never been there.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they were from like a really shit German town that was worse than Atlantic City, so that their vacation wasn't just garbage. But they weren't just staying in Atlantic City.
Wait, what year was this?
1999.
Oh.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
It wasn't a long time ago. It
I was
wasn't
like, it was once nice and spectacular.
Not then it wasn't.
But going to Atlantic City,
I
honey.
know. This is worse than it is now.
Oh, yeah.
It was a dark time for Atlantic City. But they weren't just staying in Atlantic City. They had rented a car and were traveling along the coast. And to save money, the pair were roughing it a bit and staying in highway motels instead of glitzy seaside resorts. The night in question, they decided to stay in a place called the Burgundy Motor Inn, which in 1999 was $35 a night to stay in.
Well, that was expensive.
No,
I know.
No,
It
no.
was cheap.
I know a few of you. I don't know. Actually, I don't know who's in the chat right now, but some people may have no concept of 1999. But let me tell you, from someone who was a senior in high school at that time. Are you announcing your presence in 1999, William?
The fact that you're a senior, slightly disturbing.
All right.
She was just a baby, Will.
Will was like a full-grown man with a
Pushing
house.
30.
Yeah. Get out of here. Anyway, in 1999, $35 a night for a hotel room was crazy cheap. Like, this place is probably used only for sex workers so they can still come out on top at the end of the night. The couple.
So to speak.
All right.
I know. I was there. Thank you, Will.
Okay. The couple checked in at the front desk and entered their room. Once they were there, they were immediately hit by the smell. Something there was clearly off. The pair looked everywhere for the source of the smell, but found nothing. Nothing under the bed, or in the closet, or in the bathroom. No clogged drains or toilets. Everything seemed to be in order.
Was it in the mattress?
So, wait. They assumed it was just low tide somewhere, because it does smell weird at low tide here, and went about their evening. The pair slept the night in the room, but checked out the next morning, informing housekeeping on their way out that something smelled funny in there and they may want to give it a look. So, mind you, they spent the whole night. Didn't leave. Slept there.
They were desperate.
Housekeeping did just that, and initially they had the same problem. They looked around, but there was nothing under the bed, nothing in the closet, in the trash. All the plumbing was working. It was very curious until one of the staff members decided to strip the bed. And in doing so, they moved the mattress a little. When the mattress slid around, the smell got worse. And so the mattress was removed, but there was still nothing. But then the housekeeping decided they should maybe dig a little further, and they also slid aside the box spring. In doing so, they discovered that the body of a man had been rotting inside the wooden bed frame. That's right, that nice and thrifty German couple had spent the entire night just about 8 inches away from being skin to liquefying skin with a dead man. I cannot tell you how they did that. That is some serious nose blindness. Authorities had no idea who this man was or how long he had been there. If you recall from our interview with a corpse professional, the how long have they been dead window can be pretty tough to determine. And sometimes the range is a few days. Like, well, the person's been dead from 3 to 7 days or whatever. But in terms of a hotel stay, that makes a huge difference.
Right.
How many people slept on top of this guy?
Ew.
Yeah. Medical examiners determined through an autopsy that it was the body of a 64-year-old New York City man who had stayed in the couple's hotel room right before them. So just one set of traumatized people, thank goodness.
Okay.
The man stayed there for 2 days and was seen entering the room on his second night with a teenage girl he had only just met.
Ew.
As it turned out, I know, I feel like she was probably a sex worker. The pair got into a heated argument, and she ended up stabbing him, then panicking and stuffing him into the wooden platform that held up the mattress and box spring, where he would stay to rot for 2 whole days and nights before the nice German couple checked in, and the rest is history. So, if we have learned anything about hotel rooms here at We Would Be Dead, it's that if literally anything seems off, the water tastes weird, the room smells funny, you should immediately leave. Immediately, if not sooner. So, those are my 3 stories.
I don't know.
Okay, so now you guys have to say which of each one of our stories, one of each of our stories is a lie.
Yeah.
So which 2 do you think are lies? And I'll let them vote before you vote.
Okay.
But you can think about it for a few minutes. Oh, Lisa, you were a sophomore at Bryn Mawr. Yeah, we're almost the same age.
Well, that's a quick recap of your stories.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, give a Haley did not get to hear
All
them.
right, let me go back. Hold on. So all of my stories were about a Florida man. The first one was about a Florida man that robbed a Publix liquor store. He was dressed as the Joker, and he brought in a 4-foot alligator with him. And then he shot the attendant and then was arrested right after. The next one was about a 49-year-old Florida man who caught his wife and neighbor having sex and got really angry about it. And then after like a year of just resentment, he decided to cut off his neighbor's dick and then was taken into custody after that. And then the last one, that was the last one. So the one in the middle was 34-year-old Florida man who was the Hamburglar.
Oh, the Hamburglar!
And he broke into a Wendy's and cooked himself a hamburger and then stole the safe.
I can't.
And he was also caught shortly after.
So if we have time after this, I'll have Will find the Shane Smith bit and we can watch it together because
Okay.
it's nuts funny and it relates to those so much.
Okay.
All right, so give us your votes, Beans. Who?
There's a post on the Facebook page right now.
Oh, Will's creating a vote,
Oh.
a voting thing.
Oh my.
Will is very fancy, so if you go over to the Facebook page, you can vote, or you can just drop it in the chat. It's totally fine.
Either or.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this isn't the one.
What we didn't
So,
freeze so cute,
no,
like, we were
yeah.
like, "Ugh!"
No, this the first one. Lisa took a screenshot, and this
Oh.
is what it looked like. But ours looked much different.
That's what was on that screen. That wasn't on
No,
what's on
you
here.
had. Oh, that's right. Okay, that's
There
the
were
second
two.
one.
The second one we
was-
made. We
we're like,
really,
"Ah!"
really planned on. Lisa Haney said, "Jocelyn, is she still here?" Second story for me and third story for Leslie are true. First is a lie.
Okay.
Second and third for Leslie are true. Sorry. Leslie's first story is a lie, Lisa says. Okay.
All right. She sounds so confident.
Oh,
Mm.
no. I gotta think about yours. Oh, no. It's hard.
No, yours are hard too. It's like yours can be easy, but then I did overthink the last one last time.
Yeah. Well, I did a lot of weird science research last time, too. I love weird science research. I'll do it forever.
Weird science.
All right.
Good. Brian put up our other one.
Oh, that's good. Oh, we did freeze it beautifully. Lisa says, I think the stealing the safe was a lie. Everything else sounds totally believable.
Yep.
All right.
Checks out.
There you go.
And there's a poll for Holly stories as well.
I'll have Will look up more pictures when we're done too, because there are more pictures.
Mine would just be like mugshots.
I still would.
I wish I could have had a picture of the alligator one, but it like
Oh,
wouldn't
love
have been
that.
till later.
I know. Poor Alice. Alice the alligator. Holly, can you remind us of yours again? Yes, Lisa. I told the 1962 Halloween massacre happened in a gym in Cawker City, Kansas, and was the inspiration for the movie Halloween. And then my second one was about a man named Big Nose George Parrott, who was an Old West outlaw who was caught by a lynch mob and hung. And then his skin was made into shoes in a medical bag, and his skull cap was an ashtray, which we all agreed is very cool. And then my third one was about a couple finding a corpse in the wooden platform of their bed in a hotel. Those are my three. No Snopesing.
Snopes.
No Snopesing.
Don't be Snopes.
Don't be Snopesing. I love Snopes. I'm trying to fix my hair, but I'm looking at backwards things. It's not helping.
Beth just said for Leslie. I am also for me.
Where is it? It's
Here-
over here.
yeah.
I'm for Leslie.
I'm for Leslie.
They should look like Leslie Nope badges.
Why was that not my bachelor?
I would have done that.
Or my shower. Should have been super political.
It should have been all like the Leslie Nope banners. We should have been ice
Yeah.
skating. I'm very upset.
We still have time.
Get on your feet. That would have been amazing.
If I walked into that and like balloons fell,
Oh man, that would have been good.
that would have been an amazing shower.
Yeah, it would have.
Because then I would have just gone into full Leslie
You
Nope
would've had a
mode, and I
speech.
would have just been like, "This is what's happening. We're doing this, this, and this." Margie, sit down.
Fucking love that. Oh. Okay, Lisa, I feel like the repeated details about Big Nose George goes to veracity. Okay, you didn't Snopes. Good. We have Halloween Killer, Big Nose George, and Hotel Couple. I'm going to say Halloween Killer and Hotel Couple, and Holly having us all on the details in the nipple shoes story parts. Will Sebastian does need to be at your wedding.
Oh, that would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Listen, if nobody plays the Goodbye Little Sebastian song at your wedding,
Yeah.
I will flip a table.
What was the Mouse Rat? Is that the name of the band they're playing?
Amazing.
I'm gonna MC as John Raffio. Just so
Oh, that would
I'd be so
that would
happy. That'd be great.
Be like, money, please.
Money, please. Oh God. Okay, Lisa. Lisa Haney. I think the first and third story for Holly. The second is a lie. Okay, so you think Big Nose George is a lie? My comment disappeared. I said the third story for Leslie was a lie. Beth Olivero.
So it's still like just for Leslie.
Yeah,
We're just
Leslie.
for Leslie. We're for her.
Everybody's for Leslie.
All right. Does anybody still want to guess? Do we have anybody in a poll? Nobody voted in there.
Nobody.
Hanging on YouTube tonight.
That's fine.
We'll
That's where we are.
need a very nice poll. Go over there and click your answers.
It's okay. I'm playing with new things.
That's all right. When Leslie enters during her wedding, though, we've already established that it's to get on your feet.
Wait. Yes, I will do that.
Yeah. At your reception,
Yeah.
please walk in.
100%.
No, walking down the aisle.
No.
Yeah. No, I have a great one for that, so we're fine.
So ready for that. It's gonna be
Got Oreo Speedwagon.
I know. I'm so excited.
But yeah, please remember that song because that is what I want to walk
there.
into.
If you don't, I'll be so disappointed.
Wait, can we have some balloons that fall?
Yeah, we can. We can do that.
I have to find some Leslie Nope shit now.
Oh, God. I'm gonna have a little flag. I'm just gonna wave it for you.
If everyone has like something like
Oh, I'll be so happy.
oh,
Okay.
amazing.
Well, all right. Which one of mine do you think is a lie? I
Oh,
think
no,
the common
you go
consensus.
first. You go first.
Okay, I think the common consensus with the group will take a look in that chat. See who the consensus
outta
is.
here.
They're all over the place. I feel.
I think
like.
most people think that my lie is Big Nose George.
Okay.
And okay, so
I just keep seeing Little Sebastian.
I mean, I do want. There are a lot of miniature horses in this area. I probably could get one for your wedding.
Let's make it. Get up and make it happen.
Guys, I'm taking charge. Leslie's wedding's gonna be nuts. Here we go. Move aside, girls. I've got plans.
I'm crying. I'm so happy.
Will, we're getting little Sebastian. What if I do? What if I walk in with a miniature horse? What will you do?
My brother and I would just cry.
I'm gonna work on that shit. Don't even think I won't.
As long as the song is playing.
Oh, I'm gonna be so happy. Oh, it's
You
gonna be
need
great.
to tell the string quartet ahead of time to like play the song.
I'm so excited.
That'd be good.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
I think which one do I think of yours is a lie? I think the first one of yours is a lie. Alice the alligator.
Okay.
It was really funny though. I want it to be real, and if you did write it, you did a great job because it's very funny.
All right, and I think
It's difficult.
no, everyone thinks that your big nose one is. See, that's like one where it's like so much. So like, could that be?
I don't know.
Or
That's how I
could
got
it
you last
be-
time.
I know. Or you were like really pushing for the Halloween one, and maybe there was just an image that you were like, "That's a weird image."
Will did Google it without talking to me at all.
Okay.
We're just gonna put that into the world.
Mm.
Lisa, God damn it, I love Gloria Estefan. There's little Sebastian. Will, find a tiny horse dealer. We have to make this happen.
We have to
Make it happen. This is just for us now. Okay.
I even have an area. I already know where
Oh,
I
I'm
can
so
go.
excited. We're gonna find it. Don't
And
think.
I have enough. I have like 3 small enough children that could probably write it at the wedding.
When you don't know what's happening and Flynn comes down the aisle on it with
Yes.
your rings
With
on
his
little
like
Sebastian.
security ring detail.
Yes, it's gonna happen. All right, they're all
Ring
dying
security.
and wondering.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so everybody wants to know. All right.
Oh, I just vibrated the whole table. Sorry.
My lie
Yes.
was the Florida man with the alligator.
Ah, I guess.
I'm so mad that you got
I'm
it.
sorry. I really liked it though.
I
It was
worked so
so
hard.
good.
I reread it to Margie too. Like I read all of my stories, and then she picked that one right away, and she was like, "This is why I thought." So I changed things in it. So I tightened it.
It was good though. I loved it.
I will get you one time.
You will.
Okay.
My lie.
Wait, I didn't guess yet.
You didn't. Go ahead. Guess.
I'm so nervous. These games
could do
make
it.
me so nervous. Okay, I don't want to be wrong. I think it was the. Oh, is it? I'm like between the big nose one and the AC one. But then it's funny because all of my stories with the hotel ones were from AC too.
Were they?
They were, yeah, a lot of them were like
I
dead
didn't know
body
there was
outside the
more.
hotel, but dead body inside the hotel.
Oh, AC is not doing well. Oh
Okay.
no.
I'm just gonna go with everyone else.
Make it happen.
Big nose.
Wrong! The first one was a lie.
I felt like that one was too.
It is a common lie, though. It is a lie that I embellished on that already exists in the world. I did 3 urban legends. That's the one that does not pan out. It is not true. There is a huge rumor that there was a massacre on Halloween night. It's not in Cocker City, Kansas. I made up the
Yeah.
location and all the other stuff. But there is a rumor that that happened, and that picture is the source of the rumor. That picture is a meme that has
Yeah.
circulated online a lot of places. But there are, if Will, you can find it, there are a picture of the shoes made out of Big George's skin. That one is 100% true.
Oh man.
You can look
Why
up.
did I listen to everybody?
You can look up Big Nose George Parrot and you can read the whole story. There's way more than I even put in there. It's nuts. And then that last one, yeah, there they are. That's his skin made into shoes,
Gross.
tanned.
Oh,
in
those are
Denver.
like nicer than
Also,
I
his
thought.
nose is not that big.
No, that's
Not
like,
big enough to
I
earn
think
that
that's
nickname.
smaller than John's nose.
Stop. But like, oh, there's his skull minus the
Look,
cap.
it's so small. His nose.
Ew. You can't even see. It's gone. It's not even there. So,
I'm so mad. Why did I listen to anybody? This is why I need to be in a room by myself. You need to ask me right away.
Anyway, also the fact that a Florida man really did rob a Wendy's with the use of an alligator, which he threw through the drive-in
Yes.
window.
Yeah. So there were multiple stories about an alligator being used during a robbery.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is a true one where a Florida man dressed as Spider-Man robbed a liquor store.
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, yeah. So I went with DC instead.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
You make your choice.
And like the Joker had just come out.
Yeah, live your
so
devotion. You did a really good job on that story. It was great.
Thank you.
It was super fun. I loved it.
You always do a good
The
job.
hotel. Oh, thank you. The hotel one was actually throwing Lisa Heaney off a bit, to be honest, but I just assumed it was real. It
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
I know. It was actually a man named Saul something. I have the real story. I can tell you. I know, Lisa. I'm so sorry. All those specifics were 100% accurate. I just like facts so much that you
Mhm.
can't tell when I'm making them
Well,
up.
that's the thing. It was like the whole time I was just like, I don't remember that this was actually the real story to Halloween. And I also don't, because
I added that because I love Halloween so
Yeah.
much.
and I think that that's what threw me. And I was just like, I don't think so. But then I just went with it because I do remember that photo of that guy.
Because it was a meme that circulated all over the place.
But then I'm so mad I didn't say that one.
Sorry.
I feel like I knew it.
Sorry.
I blame all of you. Your worst fiends. Just kidding. I'm a terrible multiple choice type.
We did figure out your
taker.
wedding, though.
We did, and I'm really excited about it. It feels great. I have
Yeah.
2 weeks till the wedding, so now I'm glad that it's actually planned.
I gotta find a tiny horse dealer and
Yeah.
tell the string quartet to get on your feet. That's the motel. Oh, it's a lot
That's
nicer than I
nice.
thought it was gonna be. That's probably what it looked like in about 1960. Look at the cars outside of it. That's not 1999, William. Oh no. Well, okay, so now we've told all the stories. We're just hanging out. Who do we still have here? How many?
We have only 7. We had 10.
Oh, it was a tiny
We had
one
12. Well,
tonight.
but there was also
Okay.
us. Oh, we have like half the people now.
Okay.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
We didn't advertise super hard this time.
I know. I'm
though.
sorry. That was
That's all
my
right.
fault.
Next time.
I
Well,
am
we have a couple
sorry.
more months till we're back live online. Although you could see our faces in person if you get tickets to the live show in June.
Oh, I can't wait. It's gonna be so fun.
It's gonna be really fun. Also, Tyndall Road is like a great brewery. They make
Great.
the beer is
is.
delicious. The
So
people are
I
really
don't
nice.
love all of the craft beer breweries around. Like I'm very. I'll be like, I like this one beer, or I like that one, and I'm also not like a craft drinker, so it's like.
Oh, I love a craft beer.
Well, but I also feel like maybe I'm not a craft beer drinker because I haven't enjoyed all of them. But every time you've brought home a Tyndall Road brewery, I have enjoyed it.
They're really good, and so we're super happy to support them, and we're super honored that they're supporting us. That's really cool because we've never done anything live before.
And there's gonna be live music.
That's right.
Yep.
John and Will are gonna do some live music before and after, and maybe in the middle, depending on what we do with show organization.
I think we'll probably have a meeting.
We're definitely gonna have a meeting. I'm
But
so
I think
excited.
John was gonna help set the mood, and then we would do our show. He'd like get us in, and then afterwards there'd be some live music so we can mingle with everyone.
I love that idea.
And then if we have 2 shows, so there'd be a little mingling, and then we can hop back up.
Perfect.
For another one. Yeah.
That's great. That sounds really fun. We'll have everybody together. We'll figure it out. Thank you, Dr. Lisa. You're still here. I love it. Oh, Lisa Haney, when is your actual wedding, Leslie? 2 weeks from
May 15th.
Tomorrow.
Wait, when?
May.
I'm so
like,
busy.
May 15th.
Me and my little horse will be there.
I'm so excited. If it's not there, I'm shutting it down.
When it really is there, you're gonna
my
be like,
God.
oh no! Sorry, I did it. I really did it.
The date for the live show.
June 19th.
19th.
June 19th is our live show.
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday, June 19th in Bordentown. Bordentown is cute. I grew up in Bordentown. It wasn't cute then. It's cute now.
Great restaurant.
Yeah, they have really good restaurants, really fun shopping.
You can bring your own food into
Tyndall Road is just beer, but you can bring food if you like. The Burgundy Motor Inn was at 116 South North Carolina Avenue, Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Oh, the Roadway Inn. I know that.
It's now the road. Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I only knew it was the Burgundy Inn, and there was a body in it in 1999. You been there? No.
I haven't been
gonna say,
it's
gross.
but I've seen it.
It's gross.
Yeah.
So you've been there. Okay. So anyway, live show. Yes, please come to that, you guys. I'm so happy that we get to be in person.
I know.
It's gonna be so fun. That's my hometown. I grew up in Bordentown, so that's pretty cool too. So my parents are claiming 2 of those tickets. Sorry.
And my parents might bother to be there. We'll see.
They may come.
They may.
We don't know.
Margie already put it into my mother-in-law already put it into her calendar. She's ready to go.
Margie, that's so
know.
cute. My cousins will for sure be there. So.
Yep. Oh, Ray, you're here. Did you just
Hi,
pop
Ray.
in? Have you
June
been
19th
here?
is the day after your birthday. Well, we'll sing happy birthday to you if you come to the
Let's
live
come
show.
celebrate. I'll put on a little song and dance.
Is that still a child for Violet? Okay. Well, in the middle of our stories, because we're going to do a story swap that night. I think we've decided on that. And in the middle, we'll play a fun game.
Yeah.
Leslie will do something.
I like my quizzes.
She loves a quiz. She loves to sing a song.
I love giving a quiz. I don't like taking them.
I don't either.
This is terrible. I hate this part when it's my turn to choose.
I did take your quizzes all the time.
Yeah,
and I get hives. You guys
you
never
get
see
good
it.
grades on tests, don't you?
I'm not a
I
good
get test
standardized
anxiety.
test taker.
Yeah, I get You give me a multiple choice. If you just ask me verbally what be like, what is this? I could tell you what it is, but then if you give me 4 other answers, be like,
too many choices.
I don't know. I'll always choose the wrong one. I'll be like, I know it's that one, but I'm gonna go with C.
C is wrong. What are you doing? No good. John, it's gonna sell out for sure. Thank you, friend. You're gonna be there. You gotta make us look beautiful.
Yes.
So plan to be in Bordentown that day.
Someone has to put on my eyelashes.
Yeah, someone has to put on Leslie's eyelashes or she's gonna fall apart. So we already have a seat reserved for you.
Yeah.
You're part of the team, my friend. You
can
come.
just stand next to us and just.
I
fix
know.
us every
You
time.
come with us. You come with the We Would Be Dead family. So you'll be there to make sure we're beautiful. Nikki's gonna sell some shirts. We're good. Yeah. So yeah.
Yes, yes,
Anybody have
yes.
questions, comments, compliments, anything you want to talk about? Any true crimes in the news that people have been posting like crazy bananas on our Facebook board that you want to talk about? There are updates about Delphi, which we will talk about this week.
Is that real?
Yeah, it's real.
Okay, good.
100%. I don't know how much I believe that that's the guy.
Okay.
And I went deep into him. I looked at his TikTok. I looked at his socials. I went into that guy.
Oh, he has a TikTok too.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil it because
Okay, we'll talk
well,
about
there's
it.
only a few of us, but we will talk about it. We'll devote like a 10-minute chunk either of the opening this week to our Delphi update, or we can do possibly a separate little tiny mini-sode that we just release as an update.
Okay.
So either way, you guys will hear. I will make sure I tell you all about the Delphi update, their new suspect. A suspect is a loose term.
Okay.
He was arrested for something else, but they're looking at him for Abby and Libby's murder. So I'll tell you all about it this week. Yes, Brian. John is our glam squad. We love him.
Cool.
So anyway, yeah, and then we're gonna talk about Kristen Smart this week, which a lot of us don't you dare spill your wine on your microphone.
No, I'm just losing it.
Okay.
To get more
Yeah, more wine. More wine.
for our cheers.
Yes. So a lot of us have been talking about the disappearance and murder of Kristen Smart for the past 2 weeks because, you know, they just arrested someone for her murder and like they're for sure 100% guilty. And they also just found biological evidence of that, so that'll be good. So we're going to tell you all about that. I know that not everyone knows all the details to that story, so
I don't know any.
oh, great. So then I will tell you all of them.
Okay.
And it will be glorious.
Great.
I'll give you some pop culture things.
Fantastic.
I know. So we made sure to do that one. We also have some really great stuff coming down the pike in the future for you too that we've talked about. So yeah. OMG. Oh, Lisa, my Delphi intro wrecked you.
Yep.
I'm sorry. You know, what's funny is that I really didn't know how to approach the opening of that one. I was like, I cannot be those girls. That's too difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I won't get through it. And I feel like it's not nice
Yeah.
to people and I cannot be their family because that's also not nice in my opinion. I was like, I have to be just somebody who lives in that town.
Like
That's
the neighbor girl.
Yeah, that's exactly who I was. I was like,
Yeah.
I just have to be if I lived in Delphi, Indiana, who would I have been? And like, that's how I had to go through it.
Yeah, I
So,
liked it.
Thanks.
All
Oh,
right.
and I'm glad that it was sensitive. I tried to be because everything I read and saw about those girls was so touching and their family is so lovely that I couldn't possibly be insensitive.
I know.
It was
those
very
little
hard.
notes that
The post-its?
that
I
would
didn't
give
post a
me-
picture of those and I will.
Yeah.
Because there is a picture of the post-its that Liberty would leave for her grandparents and like underneath their sun visor that were just like little kindnesses. So good.
I love that.
Me too. I need to talk about Sid and Nancy, Ray. Yes, I love Sid and Nancy. That's a case and a movie that I fucking love, and it's amazing that Sid Vicious was allowed to just like continue his life and be famous after he murdered his girlfriend. That's nuts to me. So I promise you we will talk about that case. Yeah. Anything else? Anybody? Will, I need more wine. I'm good for right now. We're going to toast in 1 second. Don't think I won't drink more later. I will. It's fine.
All right.
All right, so who would you like to toast? And please shout out who you would like to toast as well in the comments.
I'd like to toast Alice the alligator.
I would too. She's fictional, but I love her dearly.
Yes. She's 14 months sober.
Cheers, Alice the alligator. That's really what tipped me off. I loved it.
Oh,
though.
well, that was definitely supposed to just be me like
I
adding
loved
a
it.
funny piece at the end.
No, I know. I loved it. And I will toast not Big George because he was a piece of shit. I will toast his jailer, who everyone loved so much that they created a fantastic ruse to kill him.
Yeah.
So cheers to Big
Cheers.
George's jailer. Would we ever want to interview people from cases we have covered? John, yes, I absolutely would. I'm very nervous about that because I always have sensitivity to those people in my heart. And when we cover Mark Heimbaugh, we will probably talk to somebody
Yeah.
that is involved in the case because they are so close to where I live and we have connections. I don't want to hurt anyone ever.
You know what else too? I feel like we've started to do a couple interviews.
Yes.
And I would like to continue to do a few more interviews, especially with people that we know, whether that's with Dr. Lisa or with just a few other people to kind of get in the flow of like what we should be asking people.
I agree.
It's a little easier too to have an interview with people that we know because we can just kind of play with them. But sometimes with strangers, it could be a little harder. So I would like to. If we practice that a little bit more, I would love
I also
to.
think if we were interviewing, I mean, like a lot of times, not a lot of times, because we only had a few interviews, we don't always, or at least I don't always, have like a long list of questions when the subject is very general. When the subject is general, I assume that a conversation is pretty much what you guys are signing up to hear. But if we were talking to a specific person about a specific case, I would approach the situation with a list of questions.
Yeah,
And I would be very
yeah.
prepared. So, say I was talking to like a victim's mother or sister, I would not walk into it like, this is a fun convo we're going to have. I'd be like, I have 15 actually pre-planned questions, and I also have information that I want to clear with you and things I want to discuss. So that would be very,
Yeah.
very different. I think it's just a different circumstance.
Yeah, for sure.
Lisa, maybe the podcasters who are taking the deep dives. I love a deep dive. I wanted to do a deep dive with Mark. That's one of the things that I discussed, that I said, like, I like the in your own backyard, and there are a few other very specific cases, and I thought, well, we could do that with this case. But it would take time, and I would like to, just because I feel like we owe that to our local thing.
Yeah.
So
Well,
here's that.
toast us.
Yeah, to us. Killing it.
Brian wants to toast the poor couple that had to sleep on the dead body.
Oh, yeah.
Toast to them.
They didn't have to. To be fair, they smelled it and then they stayed.
They had to. They paid. They had
They paid
to.
$35, Leslie.
They had to.
They did
Did
not
they
have to.
know? Did they like find out later?
Yes, they did.
Okay, I wasn't sure if they were just like they checked out and they were like,
Back
Hey.
to Germany. I will never see this again.
And we
no.
just tell, yeah.
there's like
I'm sorry. This is over. No.
American hotels stink.
Yeah.
We're never coming back.
Yeah.
Americans are filthy. We hated it there. It was awful. There's my German accent.
Yelp didn't exist back then.
No,
so
it
could be
didn't.
like there was dead body in the box spring. That was well timed, by the way.
Did we both
Drinking
choose that
and
fun?
booming at the
Yes.
same time was very,
Very
well
good. Yes, Lisa, I love a
Ollie
deep...
and I were just reading.
I know we're reading. I love a deep dive too, and I really, really want to do one because I love research and I love facts, which is not news to anybody in this room. And I would love nothing more than to be able to be like, here is the full scope of a case that we find important, which is why I think Mark's case is something that we probably can do that on, especially because it's our home.
Mm-hmm.
And so hopefully that'll be coming to you at some point in time. We'll see. It might be an episode. It might be a couple episodes. It might be a different kind of thing. We're still kind of figuring out how we're going to cover that. I already have an interview booked for that because Parker's going to do it. And he was on the legal team and he also was part of the search party. And
we could probably get in one or two more.
No, we sure could.
Yeah.
More, at least two, if not like family members and stuff. So yeah, we'll see how that pans out. Just keep,
all right.
Keep posted. All right, and if we were in Florida or part of an urban legend, we would be dead.